Alrighty. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever it is. Today we are going to be doing Module 8, Inequalities, Equations and Inequalities. Alright, we're going to be going over equations. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on with it, alright? You should have already completed the Are You Ready on page 242 and turned that in. Okay, let's go ahead. You should now be on page 245. All right, here we go. So, first thing we are going to be talking about is what we call variables. All right, so variables are normally shown as just this. If we remember, X means I don't know. All right, so this on his own, this X here, is a variable by himself. Another variable we could have is this, okay? These guys cannot mix. They are two completely separate variables. So if this is written like this, that means this equation has two variables. Okay? So let's go ahead and jump into it. Here we go. All right. Let's go ahead and take a moment, and I want you to read this equation here by yourself. All right, so you should make a note. How many variables do you see up there? How many variables are there? Go ahead and circle it. You have 3 variables, okay? Now, I'm going to ask you, on the left side of the equal sign, okay? So we separate it like this. On the left side of the equal sign, how many are there? There are 2 variables. This is one of them. This is the other, okay? Now, I am going to ask you, is this positive or negative? What is sitting in front of it? Nothing's sitting in front of it, so we automatically know that that's positive. This one, that -4 has a negative in front of it, so we know that that is negative, okay? It asks, how can you model the left side of the equation? All it wants to know is how many positives are there. So there are 3 positives, so we can just put 3 positives. And how many negatives are there? 4 negatives. Okay, for the rest of the unit here, we're going to be using these as tiles. We're going to be using positives and negatives to show that off, okay? So, how do you so after looking at this, we have 3 positives, 4 negatives over here. How do you model the right side of the equation? All right. How do you model the right side of the equation? Go ahead and write that down. You should have something like this. You should have 5 plus signs there. Okay? All right. Then it's going to say use algebra tiles or draw them to model the equation on the mat. Okay? So we're going to rewrite what we had. 3x minus 4 equals 5. Notice how I put my equals on the line here, so that way you know that there is a left and a right side, and those are on either side. All right, go ahead and just put how many tiles you have. So you have 3 negatives, you have 4 positives, and you have 5 positives on this side. Okay? All right, and then, so going back up to the top real quick, anytime you see equals, that means that's where you draw your line. That's how you cut your equation in half, okay? All right. How would you change the equation if it said -3x plus 4 equals 5? All right? You're more than welcome to go ahead and draw your line all the way down. You can just go ahead and put 1, 2, and 3 because that's where I got this from. How many do we have here? We have 4 positives. 2, 3, and 4. And what do we have here? We have 5 positives. All right. This part of the modeling 2-step equations isn't too difficult. I hope you're able to understand this part. All you're really doing is making sure you cut your equation in half, circling your variables that you have, and writing out what they are. Okay? That's all you're doing. All right? Let's go ahead and go to our next one. Writing two-step equations. Go ahead, read this part up here independently by yourself silently. Go ahead. Alrighty. Just go ahead. Move on to example 1. Okay? A 1-year membership to Metro Gym costs $460. There is a fee of $40 when you join, and the rest is paid monthly. Write an equation to represent what you will pay monthly for the year-long membership. Write an equation that would help members find how much they pay per month. Okay, let's go ahead, and we're going to circle the things that are important. So we know $460 is important. We know there is a $40 fee when you join, okay, and the rest is paid monthly. All right, that means if you remember convenience fees or one-time fees, that means that $40 is paid only one time, and then you never have to pay it again. Okay? And then it goes ahead and it tells us for all this what our equation actually is. Okay? So, let's go ahead and write out the equation it gives us. So it says it costs $460. Then, that's a 1-year membership. There is a $40 fee when you join, and the rest is paid monthly. You're going to write the equation to help members find how much they pay per month. Okay? Let's go and scroll on down. Go ahead and read step 1 by yourself quietly, and we're going to go over it. Alrighty, so remember here where it says let M represent the amount of money members pay per month. M could also be X, it could be any number. All it's saying is I don't know. That's what you're putting there. That's why that letter is there. Okay, let's go ahead and move on down. Notice here how it says you have to convert 1 year into 12 months. You have to figure out how much each member pays per month. So you can't just put 1 because that's 1 year. You have to figure out how much it costs per month in that step 2. Okay? Go ahead, read step number 3. A one-time joining fee of $40 plus 12 times the monthly cost equals $460. They got all of that directly from up here. Everything that was up here, that's how they just rewrote it down here on the bottom. Okay? So, we're going to go ahead and rewrite that all together, and that's what they did right here. They wrote their equation there. Let's go ahead and we're going to do our tiles. We're going to figure out how much are on each side. Okay? What I need you to know is if this 12 has an M, he can only become buddies or friends with other numbers that have M in it. Okay? So there are no other numbers here that have M, so he is by himself. That 40 could go with that 460, but he doesn't need to. It's not asking us to. Alright? That 12M is by himself, so he cannot add together with anything. He doesn't make anything. Alright, so let's go to question 2 here. Why would this equation for finding the monthly fee be difficult to model with algebra tiles? Alright, how would that be difficult? Let me ask you. How many are on this side? How many are here? How many are here? Do you honestly think we can take the time to write out 460 pluses? No, that's insane. You need 460 pluses. Alright? That takes way too much time. That is difficult. That's what it's asking. Yeah, that's why it would be difficult. Alright? Now, can you rewrite the equation in the form of 52m equals 460? I'm going to give you a second. Where did they get the 52m from? What did they do? What do you think they did from this equation up here? All right, what do you think they did with this equation to get 52m. All right, if you said that they combined it, that's correct. Now, as you recall earlier, did I say you can do that? Can you combine something that has no m with something that has an m? No, you can't. All right, so no, you can't combine, and we're going to use that fancy word, different variables and terms. Okay? All right, let's go ahead, and we are moving on to page 247. All right, I'm going to go ahead, give you just a little bit. Go ahead and circle what's important in this question. All right, go ahead and read through. You're circling what's important in question number 4. And all you are doing is finding out what it's asking and doing your best, okay? I'm going to give you just a few seconds on that. All right, teacher, whoever you are, if you want to go ahead and pause this part for as long as they need to go ahead and figure that out, go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and move on here, okay? Let's go ahead and read through it. Billy has a gift card with a $150 balance. He buys several video games that cost $35 each. After the purchases, his gift card balance is $45. Write an equation to help find out how many video games Billy bought. Okay, you should have already circled what you felt was important in that. All right, so we know that a $150 balance is important. He buys several video games that cost $35 each. Afterwards, it says the gift card balance is $45 now. Now we want an equation to find out how many video games Billy bought. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and write the equation exactly as it shows here. Okay? We know he starts out with how much money? $150. Okay? And he buys, which means that from that $150, we are taking money away. How much money are we taking away? $35 for each what? Video game. Video game is represented as X because how many video games did he buy? We don't know. So we're going to represent it as X. Okay? And how much did he end up having? How much money was on his gift card at the end? $45. Okay? If the 35X came first and then the 150 came second, that's fine. All you need to know is that it equals this way. Okay? All right, go ahead. Take a look at example 2 here. All right, we're going to go ahead and scooch on to the next one. I'm so sorry. Teacher, whoever is teaching, if you could pause right here so the students could read through example 2. I'm going to go ahead and move on to your turn. So once the students finish reading all the way through example 2, go ahead and start the video again. All right, so we are on number 5. Write a real-world problem that can be represented by 10x plus 40 equals 100. All right, that's up to you. I don't really care how you write it. Have at it. Good luck. All right, you could do the same thing that Billy did with his video games. You could write the same exact thing. That is perfectly fine. Just make sure you put the correct numbers in where they go. All right, let's go ahead down into the guided practice. All right, it is asking us to draw out algebra tiles with the models that are given in the 2-step equations. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite my problem here. 2x plus 5 equals 7. And I'm making sure my equals sign is on that line. Okay? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do it on this one also. Just so I get those out of the way so I don't forget to do that at the end. All right? Now, you have 2x, positive 5, positive 7. Okay? How many terms do we have here? We have 1, 2, and 3 terms. All right? Our first term is 2x. 2x is all together. He can't be separated. So how many x's are there? Well, there's 2 of them. All right. Now our next one is positive 5. So how many 5s over there? There are 5 positives. All right. And a 7, is it positive or negative? Well, there's nothing in front of it. So we go ahead and know that that is positive. All right. Go ahead. I want you to go ahead and do number 2. Okay. You're responsible for number 2. All right, teacher, if you could go ahead, pause it for a moment. Let them work on number 2. All right, we're going to go over number 2. How many negatives do we have? A negative 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 negatives. We're going to go over here to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we have our last term here, which is negative 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hopefully yours looks a lot like that. All right. Go ahead on down to number 3. When we read, you're going to read through this a few times. Remember, first time you read through, just read it through, figure out what they're asking. Second time you read it through, underline and circle what's important. Third time, figure it out. All right, here we go. A group of adults plus 1 child attend a movie at Cineplex 15. Tickets cost $9 for adults and $6 for children. The total cost of the movie is $78. Write an equation to find the number of adults in the group. Okay, here we go. We are going to underline and circle what is important in that. All right. We know a group of adults and at least 1 kid are attending. All right. Tickets are $9 for adults, $6 for children. The total cost of the movie was $78. And all it's asking us to do is write an equation. It doesn't want us to solve anything. We're just writing an equation. Okay? So, we're going to go ahead, and we know that only 1 child attended. And how much does 1 ticket cost? $6. So, we know we're going to go ahead and write 6. Okay? You can also just know that the total cost is $78. Okay? And then we are adding these numbers together. How much did it cost? How much is a ticket for an adult? It's $9. How many adults went? Well, we don't know. It was a group. And so we're going to notate that as A. Okay? All right. Go ahead and scoot it on down. Number 4. Break down the equation 2x plus 10 equals 16 and analyze each part. All right, so we know that x is the solution. All right, 2x is the quantity you're looking for. And so 2x means that you're doing what? When these are squished together, what operation is happening? Multiplying by 2. All right. And plus 10 means the 10 is what? It's added to what? To what variable? Or I'm sorry, to what term? The 10 is added to 2x. All right. Equals 16 means that the end result is 16. Okay. You're going to go ahead, and again, you can use that same problem you did last time with Billy or your own name or my name to figure out how to write a word problem that corresponds with what's written here. Whatever is fine. Okay? Let's go ahead on down, and I want you to skip the essential question check-in. That's not really too big of an issue with me right now. Okay, and we're going to go on and we are going to scoot on over to 8.1 independent practice. Okay, you are going to be in charge of all of these. The only thing you are not in charge of is number 15. Okay, and number 17. Okay. Good luck. if you need any help, you are more than welcome to come see me before school in the high school area. I am more than happy to help you with tutoring or anything else you need. If your teacher is able to help you, that's great. If not, no worries. Like I said, I am more than happy to help you. Okay? Any of the high school teachers, as well as Miss Harden, are also available for tutoring during their tutoring times. I've talked with all the math teachers. They will be more than happy to help you with any of your homework, okay? All right. Have a good day. Make good choices.